Hi everyone, it's Heidi again. Today we're going to be reacting to the Norden police. Some of you have recommended this. You probably recommended it forever ago and I'm just getting to it. That sounds about right for me. I am not going to lie. I reacted to about 8 minutes of this video already, and then I realized that my camera microphone was on, so we were getting double audio. So I recorded for about 20 minutes and then now we're starting over, but I will try and remember what comments I had. It's still really interesting and I'll have things to say about it. Maybe it'll be good to watch the first 8 minutes again. I don't know. But if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm always so fascinated by the difference between any US police department, any US police, anything, and any European police, really. It's just such a stark difference. It's ridiculous. So let's do this.
Hej och välkommen till The Norden. I den här serien granskar vi den omtalade nordiska välfärden, bara att vi gör det genom en utomstående, neutral, icke-nordisk
And I was surprised that this was not in English, but a lot of it is though.
Frågan är hurdant samhälle vi nordbor egentligen sist och slutligen har byggt upp. I det här avsnittet ska Peter Whittingham, till vardags polis i Los Angeles, USA, få se hur den nordiska polisen jobbar. Och bland annat lära sig att de norska kollegorna, ja, de jobbar obeväpnade.
Okay, this was something that blew my mind. That there are some police that are unarmed. Like there are just some police officers that don't have a gun. You know what I mean? I know that I'd heard of that, but I don't know if that's a thing here anywhere. Who knows? Maybe there are some cities in the United States where the police are not armed. But I highly doubt it. So that's pretty wild. I wonder how common it is for police to not be armed in even Nordic cities. This was recorded, or at least it was posted about 9 years ago. And so who knows if things have changed since then, but that's pretty freaking crazy to me.
You call them a customer?
We call them a customer, yes.
Yeah, the customer.
That's what we do.
It's just
I love
difficult
it.
for me to wrap my mind around as a police officer.
Of course it is, yes.
The last time we fired a gun, I know it was last Friday.
You have to laugh about it, you know? So you don't cry about it. It's just insane.
USA och de nordiska länderna har i proportion ungefär lika stor poliskår. Och till stora delar rätt liknande brottslighet också. Vi talar stöld.
Proportionally. Sorry. At first I was like, I'm pretty sure the police force of the US is not the same as the Nordic country, not the same size. Proportionally though, okay, that makes a lot more sense. My bad.
Och till stora delar rätt liknande brottslighet också. Vi talar stöld, skadegörelse, fortkörning, fylla, familjevåld, narkotika, för att nu nämna de vanligaste. En stor signifikant skillnad finns det i varje fall. Nämligen det här med vapenhanteringen. För bara under de första månaderna av till exempel 2012 avfyrade polisen i Los Angeles fler skott i tjänst än samtliga nordiska poliskår.
Just the LAPD. That is one city. It's more than the entire, all of these countries put together. Just crazy. This was 2012. I wonder if it's gotten better or worse. Ugh.
Tillsammans under hela året. Var det för att de verkligen måste göra det eller för att det nu helt enkelt bara blev så? Och hur ställer sig polisen här till sina maktbefogenheter?
Interesting.
Vi har bjudit in en polis från nämnda Los Angeles Police Department hit till Norden för att diskutera polisiära likheter och framförallt skillnader.
Police.
I'm Peter Whittingham. I'm a police officer, police captain with a police department in Los Angeles. I have been in this business of law enforcement since 1974. I joined the Jamaica Police Department as a young man in 1974. And then I migrated to the United States in late 83.
That is also something that I'd be really interested in, is the difference between his Jamaican service and his United States service and what differences there are there. I've never heard of anything about Jamaican police in my entire life. So that could be interesting. Anyway, just a little thought I had.
You just never know when somebody is out there trying to not only prevent you from serving, but prevent you from going home to your family.
Freaking so
That's
sad.
the life of a Los Angeles police officer.
Should not be that
I
way.
only point my weapon at someone when I am endangered. It's very easy to say that, you know, it's us against them when you think you're fighting for your life.
Every day, all day. That's the mindset.
Resan börjar i Vasa, en stad på ungefär 60 000 invånare. Peter han får besöka det stökigaste området i stan. Och vår gäst reagerar genast på den finländska kollegans ordval.
I love this.
Our customers, we put them here.
Really?
Yes, and
You call them a customer?
we call them a customer. Yes, that's what we do.
Okay. We call them suspect.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Okay, I hate that so much. I love that these police officers call the people that they serve and protect, by the way, that wording is also very important. They call them customers. Isn't that so cute? I've never heard of that before. That is so precious to me. And then we over here call them suspects. That is such an easy way to create this divide of us against them. There's just a distrust that's placed from the get-go. That is so annoying to me.
Dags att gå igenom utrustningen.
Tasers? Taser. Okay, that's similar to what we have. And they have spray. Okay, that's OC spray and
ASP.
yes,
Yeah.
we do carry that as well.
Sounds right. Yep.
And how many handcuffs do you carry? Two handcuffs. Okay, that's similar to our. And this is your standard uniform.
Yes, standard uniform, and under uniform we all have naturally the bulletproof vest. Allow the asetta.
But how often do you have a shooting?
In Finland, if we think about the whole country in Finland, so should I say less than 5 times each year in whole Finland?
Have you ever had shooting here in Vasa?
No. Or we have had, but it's maybe 10-20 years ago.
Really?
Crazy.
A lot of situations to have drawn my weapon. I have used the weapon since 1974. I'm very, very familiar with my weapon.
I hate it.
Och nu ska vi göra ett litet praktiskt test.
This part's so funny.
Lasse, som sitter i bilen
It's
här,
kinda
har
cute.
just bränt förbi rött ljus i korsningen och polisen har följaktligen stannat honom.
It's just the music
Hur
that's
skulle
so
du själv
funny.
uppleva att bli stannad på äkta LAPD-vis?
Yeah, look how
Keep your hands on the steering wheel.
look how cautiously he walks up to the car. He's just like already just the approach that the police make to people, which is necessary sometimes because they're also, you never know what you're walking up to, which is awful. It's so intimidating and so unwelcoming. It's just, it makes everybody nervous. It's just from the start. It's so rough.
Vi ska återkomma till det om en alldeles liten stund. Men nu ska vi fundera på vem som egentligen väljer yrket polis. I Umeå träffar vi Manda.
Jag heter Manda, är 23 år gammal och går här på polisutbildningen i Umeå. Amerikanska polisen. Ja, det är ju det man ser i tv, på filmer. De är lite mer offensiva,
This is so funny.
framåt.
I don't think
Och så
that's
sen
in
är det de
real
här
life.
serierna som springer runt med högklackat.
I think that's so funny. I love it.
Welcome!
Vid polisakademin i Los Angeles räcker polisutbildningen 6 månader.
How long you been here, the academy?
4 terms, so it's 2 years now.
2 years.
Yes.
And I
She's
thought
so
6 months
nice.
was a long time.
6 months is not a long time.
Inne på polisutbildningen i Umeå blir Peter lite förvånad över den, avslappnade approachen i korridorerna.
I'll tell you guys, by the way, when we've hit the point that I have not seen yet. Okay, I love this part though. Watch this.
In the Los Angeles Police Academy, it is expected on day one, as you report for duty in your suit and tie, that you see yourself as now in a changed environment. You're now a Los Angeles Police recruiting training. I was looking in the classroom, and there was a group of students in the classroom, and they were dressed in ordinary everyday clothes and tank tops.
Genom ett av fönstren ser han till och med skägg.
Spot a
There are
beard.
even students with beards.
Is that not common in...
No, not
LA?
at all. No.
Can you have a beard?
No.
No, it's like in the military here in Sweden.
In LA, you have to be clean shaven every day.
Every day.
Yes. The casualness of the environment did not give the impression to what I'm used to in terms of police academy.
So crazy.
På skjutbanan blir det däremot allvar.
All right, this is where I have not... Ow. This is where I have not seen yet. But I think I paused here before I realized my video was messed up. And I was going to say that it's crazy that police officers have to shoot their guns so often because that's so bad for your ears. Do police officers wear earplugs or something like that? Whenever you go to a shooting range, you always want to wear ear protection because it's so bad for your ears. These police officers just shooting guns off willy-nilly. That's so bad for their ears. Let me know if they do something to maybe help with that. Or if they use some kind of protection or something. I wouldn't imagine that they did. They need to be able to hear, so I don't like the sound of that. Pun unintended. Okay, let's continue.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's like this.
Harder.
Oh.
You're hitting like a girl.
Oh my God. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Are you
ready.
ready?
Okay, good. That's it. That's it. That's how a cop hits.
Could you imagine
Back
actually
up,
hitting
back
somebody
off.
like that?
What motivated you to become a police officer?
I have always liked people, and I like working with people.
Okay.
And I think it's important with what's wrong and what's right, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling earlier. That was my motivation as well. What month were you born? Let's talk about that.
What month? April.
Okay, so you're Aryan.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Okay.
And you're?
Sagittarian. I
don't
was
keep
very
track of that.
impressed with Manda, and I could tell as she explained her value system and the reasons why she really want to be a police officer, that we have a good cop in the making.
I'm curious if you did like a poll amongst police officers in the United States, I wonder what the majority of the motivation would be. I was kind of surprised. I guess it makes sense when she said that she likes people and that's why she became a police officer. I feel like here it's kind of like, oh, if you're a police officer, you're getting bad guys and stuff like that. But her motivation really was to like serve good people. And I love that. That's really refreshing. And that's sad that that's refreshing. So anyway.
Det har blivit fredag kväll. Folk ska ut och slå runt i staden Umeå.
He always has a smile.
We've been here now for maybe approximately 30 minutes, and the interesting thing is that I haven't seen one police officer. I haven't heard one siren on a Friday night in downtown. That's remarkable.
That is pretty
you
cool.
could tell that the people walking around were not looking over their shoulders in fear of somebody trying to rob them. I couldn't find a police officer anywhere.
Well, we don't actually see much of the fort at all in the smaller villages.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we have them for, 1 hour on Mondays. That's how long we had
like that.
Yeah.
We used
Really?
to have 4 cops stationed in our town, and 2 of them were off to another place to help those guys. The other 2 were on vacation, so we didn't have anything for 3 months or something.
So basically, we live in almost this town.
When was the last time you talked to a police officer?
Several years ago.
I mean,
Have
me
you
too.
seen police around?
Maybe one time, but
Wow.
So you don't see a lot of police around
no,
here?
but it's also safe, so it's not
it's-
really needed here.
I like to see walking police officers, not just in the cars, you know.
Okay.
You see, but if you're walking, people could talk to him and then just discuss.
And you don't have a chance to talk to your police officers, do you?
That's quite sometimes, but they usually are in cars.
What do you think your police officers should focus on that would be of interest to you?
I'm not sure. They're doing a wonderful job, actually.
They are? Okay.
I'm not actually sure what they're doing, but they're doing a good job. I mean,
What kind of crime occurs around here?
well, there was a murder here.
Thanks for talking to me.
No problem.
Okay, take care. Stay safe.
Wait, they cut out the juicy details. What murder? Gosh, that is so interesting. Oh, by the way, the heat went on. I don't know if it's loud, but if you hear like a little fan, that's the heater. I love how the kid was like, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing a good job. That's just so nice for the people to not be worried about it. Like, when was the last time they even thought about police officers? That is so cool and pretty unheard of here.
Tillbaka till bilkontrollen tidigare. Vi hade
we're
alltså
not done
en
with this.
fiktiv situation där chauffören har kört mot rött och har blivit stannad av polis. Nu ska vi se hur finländsk kontra amerikansk polis tacklar situationen.
God kväll.
God kväll.
Oh, he just opens the door?
Märkte du vad hände där vid korsningen? 200 meter bakåt.
Det blinkar inte.
Nej, det var lite rött ljus.
You know, here in the United States, you never tell the police officer what you did wrong. You let them tell you, because they can use that. If he says, oh, I didn't use my blinker, they can use that and add that to what you did wrong. That's so funny. We all know that's a big no-no here. Do you guys feel the same way anywhere else outside of the United States? But man, no, you would never, ever have a friendly police officer opening your car door. There is no way. That is like seen as a sign of aggression here. As far as I know, if a police officer is opening your car door, you are in big trouble, and it has escalated by that time. So that was different for me to see that.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Okay.
Ja.
Yep.
What was your reason for opening the door?
When I open the door, I can immediately see much more than from the window. And then if the situations change, I can use the door as a shield. If he, for example, decides to attack from the car, so I can use the door as a shield and take steps backward, and I can play time for myself.
Okay. In my
Interesting.
case, the hands are my concern. And as long as I can see his hands, I don't care what he wants to do with his feet.
Yes, yes. We noticed that when you came to the car, you touched the corner.
Yeah, actually the trunk. And not just touch it, but I press it down.
Yes.
in the event that there was somebody in the trunk. So whoever's in there stays there.
Yes.
And while I approach the driver, that's just a normal tactics that we do. Do you do that? Do you?
No, we
No.
don't do that.
Okay.
Okay, I've actually never heard of that tactic before. Making sure that the trunk is secure in case somebody is in there ready to spring up and attack you. Does that happen often? I wonder how many times that had to happen for that to become a solid and common practice. I knew that my mind was going to be blown. I knew that I was going to get frustrated, but I'm still just shocked at some things that are happening in this video. That's crazy.
Anything out of the norm would alert you. Is it a case where there's an attempt to hide something? His head is not moving, but you can tell his shoulder's moving. Then you're going to do whatever you have to do to make sure that you're prepared for any sudden moves out of the ordinary.
Och under natten har han nåtts av tråkiga nyheter från jobbet där hemma.
One of my officers was involved in an OIS officer-involved shooting. It's unfortunate, but the officer is okay, and that's the important thing.
That probably happens all the time. Wow.
Vi reser som bäst omkring i Norden tillsammans med Peter Whittingham. Till vardags jobbar han som polis i Los Angeles Police Department. Vi håller på och jämför polisutrustning mellan USA och Norden. Vi frågar oss varför amerikansk polis är så skjutbenägen, och vi är för tillfället på väg till Mo i Rana i Norge. Som är speciellt på det viset att det landets poliskår är obeväpnad. Återstår att se hur Peter köper det.
Okay.
Mo i Rana is it's a picturesque city, especially in the winter. It's like a postcard city.
I want to go.
År 2013 avfyrade norsk polis summa 1 varningsskott i luften och 2 skott mot person. Bara i Peter Whittinghams hemstad Los Angeles är siffrorna fullständigt annorlunda.
Jeg heter Remi Anbak. Jobber i politiet siden 2000. Jobber til daglig som vaktleder, så er den som er leder for styrken som er på.
Sorry. I did not pay attention to anything that this guy was saying because I was in my head just thinking about how many shots 90 is. I honestly just, it kind of shows the quality and the quantity, right, of the training of police officers. Like, why did he need to shoot 90 shots? I feel like if he felt like he knew what he was doing, if he felt like he didn't have to panic so hard, then maybe that wouldn't have happened and it wouldn't have made the front page if that was the case. It's sad and embarrassing. It's just ridiculous. But it's so sad that police officers feel so terrified. Accidents happen all the time. Man, those comparisons are just like out of this world.
Vi har mye narkotikakriminalitet.
Oh, sorry, I have to go back a little.
Jeg heter Remi Anbak. Jobber i politiet siden 2000. Jobber til daglig som vaktleder, så er den som er leder for styrken som er på. Vi har mye narkotikakriminalitet, veldig mye. Og så er det vanlige med vold, vinning, altså innbrudd og den biten. I Norge skytes det kanskje 1 skudd i året. I USA er det vel litt mer. Men de har da også en helt annen klientell å forholde seg til.
Orsaken till de norska siffrorna är förstås att polisen där är obeväpnad. Nu ska vi se hur Peter reagerar på den informationen.
What kind of equipment do you carry in your belt?
Handcuffs, the pepper spray,
Okay.
baton, yeah, radio,
Yeah.
and yeah,
What caliber weapon do you carry?
not on the body.
Not on the
We don't carry guns.
No.
That's cute, not anybody.
Really?
We don't. We have it in a locker in the car.
In a locker?
Yeah.
Oh.
The officer said that,
What?
The last time somebody fired a gun here was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The last time we fired our gun, I know it was last Friday.
Crazy.
I don't understand the rationale for any police department that tells me that I am to be deployed in the field, not knowing what to expect, and I have to keep my gun locked up in the car, in a locker. Doesn't make sense.
That wouldn't work here. No.
What about cities like Oslo?
Yeah.
Do the officers there, same thing, are not allowed to carry guns?
No one in Norway carrying guns.
Really?
Everyone has to ask. Also, we bring it in the cars, and if something happens, if it's urgent, then I just take it out. But I have to call and say I took off the guns. But
in a big city like that, it is more likely that you will have more.
They bring out their weapons every day.
Yes.
So someone said that we are the world's most not armed police.
Okay.
Wow.
Men vad innebär det här alltså i praktiken? En polis går beväpnad, en annan går obeväpnad. Vi tar och ställer oss på torget i Mo i Rana och så föreställer vi oss att en man just har rånat en av affärerna. Han har sprungit iväg och nu står han och skriker och viftar med någonting som ser ut som ett vapen. Hur skulle våra två poliser här agera om de råkar patrullera förbi?
Out.
Well, I would get behind cover and give directions from behind cover. Maybe there, where I could clearly see the suspect. If the person is armed, the suspect is armed with a weapon that would threaten the life of the victim, or my life is in danger. In defense of my life, I will discharge my weapon.
Och hur skulle obeväpnade Remi tackla läget?
If you know or somebody have seen a knife or a gun, then we will bring the guns. But we will use every options to not use the gun.
So we have different force options.
Yes.
Depend on the level of force, and it can escalate certainly from a verbalization to a pepper spray.
Yeah.
Then we may go to the level of a taser.
Yeah.
Then we may deploy a beanbag.
Yeah.
And with those options available.
Did he say a beanbag? What did he say?
Then we may go to the level of a taser.
Yeah.
Then we may deploy a beanbag.
Yeah.
And with those options available, we're able to minimize lethal force.
I think the local police in the last maybe 15 years have maybe fired one round.
Okay.
And that's warning shots. Yeah.
And it's warning.
Nå, vad tycker allmänheten då om att lagens långa arm måste först ringa chefen förrän han eller hon får beväpna sig?
Sometimes I think they should be armed.
Yeah.
Because there's many people with guns and knives.
Okay.
Well, I think it's okay. They have their guns in the cars, I think.
But do you think it's a concern if they are confronted with somebody with a gun and they have to go back to their car to retrieve their weapon?
Of course, that's not convenient, is it?
Especially if you are the one who's targeted.
They can't not do anything if the criminal have the gun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, police will stay, what? Don't shoot me.
I think it's the right way for me because sometimes if you just have to come on with your weapon, it's like pushing the person to act immediately.
Okay.
So I think their own way is like to just behave like there is nothing that's going to happen. And then when you try to react, then they also react.
Tillbaka i Mo i Ranas polisstation berättar Remi om säkerhetsarrangemangen i själva byggnaden.
The glass is bulletproof. Also at the windows in the room you see the officers, the working room.
There's a bulletproof?
Yes.
Yes?
And there is the wall below the window is made of steel and steel inside.
Wow.
But how do you...
That's good.
How do you rationalize the security measure that you take to secure the station at the same time deprive you of the ability to immediately arm yourself to respond to a life-threatening situation?
That's a tough one. It is, and I think it's not logical. It is not.
Interesting.
Not for me. Yeah. But that's maybe politician, maybe it's Norwegian. I don't know.
The officer said that one of their own got killed because he went to a knife fight with his bare hands. You deprive them of the ability to effectively respond to those situations.
So that doesn't really make sense to me. If you're going into a knife fight, you have a baton, you have the pepper spray. If you go in with your bare hand, maybe that's what he means with his bare hands, just means without a gun. But I feel like pepper spray might be effective in a knife fight. The just straight conclusion that you need a gun for every violent situation is probably one of the problems that we have here. I have heard of situations where the victim, or not the victim, the suspect, you would say, doesn't have a gun. They don't have a ranged weapon at all. They have a knife or something like that. And police officers shoot them because they feel threatened. And I'm like, how are you threatened by a knife so intensely that you have to shoot them from far away? It just, yeah, that mindset is kind of silly to me. So I'm seeing that he even has that type of mindset a little bit. That's so interesting.
I don't understand, and I suspect from the conversation I had with that officer that he agrees. He indicated that that there's a split in the police department. That some 51% is in favor of carrying a firearm, and another 49, the 49ers as we call them, are reluctant to.
That's very split. Dang.
LAPD-polisen Peter Whittinghams resa i Norden är slut. Och vi frågar honom om hans bild av de nordiska poliskollegorna.
And going back to Vasa and the other cities we have been, I don't get the sense that anybody is seriously concerned about their safety. That is good.
That's so cool.
The concern, however, though, is the extent to which law enforcement officers may take that for granted and become so complacent that since there are no serious crime here, I need not be prepared. The unfortunate thing about that is it puts you in a situation where you're always learning from 2020 hindsight. The culture of law enforcement here is that it's not going to happen here.
This is fascinating. It's fascinating to see his perspective on Nordic police. I was not expecting that. Okay, and that's the end of it. Wow. Holy cow. Man, that is so fascinating. It is a hard subject because, yes, you do want your police officers to be safe. You want them to be prepared. You want them to be able to defend themselves. But I do kind of love that they have the idea that they can use different things going up to a gun. They can use the car door, for instance. That was so interesting and really cool and smart, resourceful, right? And I feel like that is the kind of training that we could really, really use here in the United States. And I am very sorry if I'm getting heated about this, but it's a really kind of depressing topic. Let me know what you guys think. What half are you, I guess? Do you like the idea of unarmed police, right? Even though they are technically armed with more, I want to say melee, oh my gosh, with more close range weapons rather than long range weapons? Or are you of the opinion of, every police officer should always be carrying a gun no matter what? I don't know. I love the idea of not letting things escalate if they don't need to. But still being prepared, still being aware is a really good thing. And that's where training comes in. I think that there's a difference between letting your guard down and, trying not to harm people unnecessarily. This has been really interesting. Thank you so much for recommending this. I was more in awe of things in this video than I expected. Anyway, thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.